I'm Gigi, this is Sable, and between episodes I did a lot of fishing. I went and caught everything that I was given a hint for, and so let's just go over all these guys before I go and turn in things and update my quests. So we've got the bloated eye clam, living on the roots of dead trees. Their hardened purple exterior is filled with an extremely delicious soft flesh desired across all midden. The hint for these guys was parasitic fish that destroys trees or something. And so I had fished at every tree, but it meant the trees in the petrified forest in the wash, and even then it took me a few tries to actually find one. Then we've got the flutter thrust, found in the fingers, which is the big pillars in the Badlands, I guess. These delicate creatures avoid predators by blending their fins into the striations of nearby rocks. Ghost soul, these guys are cool. These ethereal creatures are impossible to see in sunlight and only seem to appear near the corpses of dead creatures, leading people to believe they are somehow connected to the afterlife. I found this guy in the big, area with all the skeletons in the wash, right by center of Brunswick. Hummer, a bird-like fish that often surfaces from below sands to consume food in its natural habitat of palm forests. They move with erratic and incredible speed. Light koi, native to Badlands, these beautiful creatures are often kept and sold as pets, but their glistening scales are also used in jewelry sold in Ekria. I think these guys are just a very rare chance to find just pretty much anywhere in the Badlands. And I don't really like that they're just rare. It didn't take me too long to find one, but still not too keen if it's just rare fish to get this guy. Little kicker, this small fish has a split fin that it uses to propel its way through the dunes as if it had two legs kicking back and forth. These guys are found all over the wash, and that's why I have 9 of them, because it took me so long to find a bloated eye clam. Pebble eye, its thin pencil-like body means these fish can burrow into small crevices and holes in rocks, protecting themselves from the sun and predators. So I assume these guys can only be found at night, and I also found this single one in the cactus area, but kind of the southeast corner of the cactus area. We already know what pillfish are. Sand ray, these guys are so cool. They're just big manta rays, but they're in the sand. This rare fish is held up as a sign of good luck in cultures across the dunes. They typically travel alone, a delicacy in Red Sea, but eating sand rays is frowned upon elsewhere. Scabby fish enjoys the cooler climes of the Badland floor. This fish is only remarkable in how unremarkable it is. Shelled cup. Nobody knows how these fish survive in the harsh, salted landscape of the sodic waste, but without them, a delicate ecosystem that sustains creatures like pinknecks would be disrupted. Stormfish, a unique fish that rides the aggressive movement of sand that occurs during a sandstorm by expanding its fins to an enormous span, as if it were a bird about to take flight. Suckerfish. I love the look of this guy. It's kind of it's got a big exaggerated gas mask on a little bit. Not quite, but that's what it kind of reminds me of. The long mouth of these creatures means they inhale a significant amount of sand, which is then filtered for insects and other nutrients before being spat back out with a force that would deter predators. Teacup angler survives in the pools of sulfur in Hakoa. They seem to be the only living creature that can survive in such an environment. Trifle jelly. Unfortunately inedible, despite its name, the layers of thin membranes surround a rock-like core which shrinks over the course of its lifetime until it dies. So that's all the fish. I think I liked most of the fishing. It's just that pebble fish, what was it called? Let's make sure I'm talking about the right one. Yeah, the pebble eye. That one was just extremely obnoxious to find, and I had to pretty much look up where people found it and go to that very exact spot in the world, and I just not too big a fan of that one. But the rest of them, they weren't too hard to find, and they were pretty fun even, and there was a lot of cool patterns of moving back and forth. I'm just not too big a fan of the small chances to find certain ones, but we have all of them now, so let's go reap our rewards. Hello there, Glider. What can I do for you? I have those fish you asked me for. Well, well, good work, Glider. First step complete. You've earned this. But fishing's all about patience, right? So let's see how much more you've got. For your next assignment, I want you to head down to the wash. Bring me a little kicker, a bloated eye clam, and a trifle jelly. Good luck out there. Guess what I've got for you? Another successful haul. Excellent. You might actually be serious about this, eh? Tell him I'm serious as a little kicker, which I hope is a trait of that fish, as it would make me seem very knowledgeable if so. He chuckles, but I can't tell how. Well, here's another badge for your hard work. Now, Glider, one final assignment before the mask is yours. This one will take you west to Red Sea. Good luck out there. Guess what I've got for you? And those fish. Ah, Yoshi seems less taken aback than I expected, but more delighted. Well, you've heard the call of the sands, haven't you, Sable? Well done with this one. Really good stuff. Thank you. Yoshi waves my thanks away. Thank you. Trust me, Sable. Lots of gliders think they want to fish or believe they can. Not many of them do as well as you. Been nice seeing you flourish. I just like set out and took back a big like haul of fish, and he was like, yeah, it's been nice seeing you flourish all this long time that you've been out on this quest for me. He clears his throat to make his voice more official. And now it is my pleasure to present you with this. I hope you keep up your fishing on the rest of your gliding, Sable. Whether it's your calling or not, I suggest you make it a hobby at least. It's a noble pastime, and between you and me, a very secure source of income. Good luck out there. Let's hope that didn't take away my fish, because I only had so many, and I need to bring them to the vivarium still. Okay, no, I still have everything. Good, good. I was a little bit worried about that, but that's no problem at all. Now I can head over to the vivarium and just turn every single one of them in and finish that quest at the same time. That's two birds with one stone, as they say. Hello, Cassie. Was it Cassie? It might have been Cassie. Or no, that's all I got. Whoa, hello, person. You're a merchant. Hello, I approached the merchant, who looks quite keen to do business. I would like to trade with you. Take a look at my creations. Oh, they have bike parts. Oh, these are so pretty. They have big dragonfly bike fronts, or a big dragonfly bike. What brings you to the vivarium? Have you seen this place? It's spectacular. I arrived at the wash years ago because this place simply screams out to be studied by careful eyes and clever brains. But it's the vivarium that might keep me here. I'm thrilled at all the opportunities here. I sometimes make outfits, the flying insects here. They've inspired me. I made a few pieces in response. Artistic creations, resplendent, sumptuous, and incredible objects, the likes of which Midden has never seen before. I am taken aback by their clearly unrelenting enthusiasm. I can't help but feel a spark of excitement. See you soon. Can I sell stuff to you? Yes. I have... Yes. Aha, I'm all out of cuts. Ooh. Okay. Well, I'll have to sell that to someone else. And then I can buy a bunch of bike parts for that achievement I need. Hello again, Sable. It is Cassie. Let's get this camera a little bit working here. Come on. Come on. There we go. This is the angle I want. Hand in some fish. Achievement unlocked, Vivacious Vivarium. Thank you, Sable. Great stuff. I'll get them in the tanks. Good news, found another old fishing rod in the storage the other day. Like here in one of the old back rooms I was working on. The oldest possible fishing rod. I know it looks ancient, but it's in good condition, and it's really made of some incredibly strong material. Has to be to survive this long. Trickster atomic rod. Think you should have it. I love how good you've gotten at this. Shows me I made the right decision. I tell Cassie I think she definitely has made the right decision. Cassie gestures shyly around her. It's a special place, isn't it? In response, I give an approving nod, and I can tell it relaxes her. It is. Let's see. What fish do I have left to catch? Delivered. All done. Goodbye. Take care, enjoy my gliding. I will. I kind of expected a little more fanfare for that, but, you know, we got everything done that we needed to. I'm gonna, let's see, I'm gonna warp back to the vivarium after I go to Ekri real quick, because I want to see if the fish actually show up in the tanks. That'd be a very fun touch. But I want to sell a bunch of stuff to some people. And then I'm gonna buy some bike parts. You over here, you probably had 6 bike parts. Need something fast, reliable. That's 6, alright. Let's see. Oh, my cursor kind of goes off screen sometimes. It can be a little finicky. Confirm. Yes. I can sell like all of my dopey darts. 40 for 4 each isn't too bad. I'm not gonna sell all of them because I'm like a weirdo and I like to keep a little bit of everything. It'll be fun to, say, return to Ewer with a bunch of fish that I don't need. How do the bellow guppies sell for less than the dopey darts? I can sell a few of these guys. Let's keep 2 of them, just for fun. Same goes for these, even though they don't sell for shit. Let's see. I don't need any larvae husks. Cone glowworms, I'll sell a couple of those. Let's see, some mushrooms. I have 9, let's keep 2. Crystal butterflies, yes, those sell for good money. Alright, I have... Oh, these are all the things I just sold him. Let's see, let's look for the cheapest ones first. Firm, come on controller. It's a little slow on the draw. Oh, achievement unlocked, bike aficionado. And I sold an extra one. I actually want one of my glowworms back, please. Thank you. So you're on glider. That's most achievements now. We've just got a couple places to visit before we really wrap things up. I want to go back to the vivarium first off. I'm not gonna get any items out of this, but we might see some fun stuff. And that's what this game is really all about, seeing fun stuff. Gotta make sure I don't drop my glass off the side of the desk. I'm not gonna buy any of your clothes because I don't need to. Oh yeah, look. They're just swimming around in the air. Oh, that's fun. Oh, there's a merchant here. Edith. No, you're an entertainer. Oh, hello, Glider. Tell you what, I've been in a bit of a creative rut lately. But coming here, seeing all these unbelievable creatures, I dare say I'm feeling inspired again. Oh, that's cool. You get to see a little bit of what our work is doing for the people. Now, what's in here? Oh, this is the Sodic Wastes tank. We have like a little miniature archer statue on here. And the little shell cup just doing its rounds. That's super cute. So I guess the other big tanks are all different, like, themed tanks. I kind of didn't expect the fish to just be like flying around in here. And the fish are weird because they like live in the sand. I don't see why they would be flying. I think this is another entrance. But I'll double check just to be sure. Nothing out here, right? Right? Yeah, that's just open air. And you got all sorts of fishies in here. I only gave her like one of a bunch of them though, so not exactly gonna be a very sustainable kind of museum, but it seems they just seem to multiply erroneously. Not erroneously, that's not the word I want. Ooh, they've got glowworms in here. Sorry, entertainer, I need to take a breath for a second. Oh, and there's the... So, yeah, these are special tanks for, like, the one fish of the Sodic Waste and the one fish of Hakoa. It's like deep sea angler. That's so cool. Oh, it's Edith again. Okay, you just walked over here. I thought I saw you outside as well. What? Huh? Okay, you're just in two places at once. You know, that's cool. Good for you. Now, Bridge of the Betrayed. We had a little puzzle here that I never figured out. And I never did actually figure it out because, gotta be honest, I looked up the solution because I didn't want to fiddle around here for a while. Because, I mean, I know what's here, but I didn't know what I would even really be looking for. Because the puzzle was... Oh, jeez, how do I even get up here again? The puzzle was when the swords cross, stand at the door face. And I was like, okay, I need to find where the swords cross, or I somehow need to make the swords cross. But I'll reveal the answer to the puzzle in a little bit once we get up there. And looking up answers to puzzles isn't something I like... I don't want to say it's something I don't normally do, because I feel like I have done it a fair amount in the games I've played. I'm just wondering about how doing a Let's Play might change the way I am playing. Because I have to commentate over what I'm playing, and if I have to spend a long time trying to figure out a puzzle and just like struggling to come up with things to say or to explain my thought process, then I feel like I'm not having too much fun like recording, and it's not going to be too much fun to watch. So I'm just kind of cutting out the long searching around trying to figure out what to do. And I don't want to make that like a regular thing for every puzzle I get slightly stumped on. But I spent like 10 minutes just like wandering around this area in the episode I got here, so that didn't feel very good, and it didn't feel like I was getting a very good sense of what I even needed to do. So yes, but I don't want to, you know, part of the fun of a blind Let's Play is watching the Let's Player figure out what to do on their own, especially in games that have significant puzzle sections. But I'm not doing that for this one, and I realize now that I might be too late. Let's just make it over there first. Glide across. Yep. Ooh, jeez. I almost didn't make it because I was dropping myself down. That would have been bad. I totally didn't make it. Oh no, this is what I was afraid of. Let me just get in there real quick before I go on about what's going on here. Yeah, so let's read this again. Field suggestion, never mind. When the swords cross, stand face to face. Very simple, you know? But the answer to the puzzle is wait for the sun to cast the shadows so that the swords cross. So the sun will, you know, not right here obviously, and now it's setting. It'll, at a very certain point in the sky, the shadows will cross and the door will open. So it's just a stand here at the right time puzzle, which I am not a big fan of, especially when I don't have any way to make the time pass, and like I don't want to wait an entire day cycle for this. So I'm going to test out something that I noticed that I could do, and I hope is a thing. So that's very vague of me, but we'll see what this does for me once I load into Marrowbone Station here. So while trying to figure out how to fish, I discovered I had a sit button. Yay. Please let me wait for the time to pass. Ugh. I was hoping that if you sit at a fire, maybe the time would pass or something, like you can do in Breath of the Wild, but clearly not. Why do I even have a sit button then? Well, I want to try my sit button at Pyrausta too, because that's my only other idea for Pyrausta. Which means we gotta wait at the Bridge of the Betrayed. Yay, just exactly what I wanted to do. I'm not a fan of this. I will be clear and honest. I do not like this puzzle. If you could sit, if there was, because I mean earlier in the game, Elizabeth was here and I think she had a campfire. So if she left her campfire and you could sit at the campfire and pass the time, that would be better. But if you can't pass the time in this game, which maybe you can and I just don't know how, but at that point I think it's fault of the devs for not explaining it to me, at least anywhere that I have seen. And I've talked to most people. I like to talk to NPCs. I like to see what they have to say. Sometimes they have tutorials for me. And when I'm going into a game completely blind, a little bit of tutorializing isn't too bad. But if there's absolutely no way to pass the time ever, that kind of sucks. And that's usually not a problem because there's only part of the game is, you're on your gliding and you do things as they come to you, as the opportunities arise. But there's only been 2 things where I have to wait for the right time of day, and that's this, which is a very specific time of day, and getting the glowing more butterflies in the wash, because I have to wait for nighttime for them to come out. And maybe there's been a thing here or there that I've also had to, at the watch, it had to be daytime, I think, for you to actually, the sun had to hit the different panels, and you had to put the weird little stones into the right panel that was lit up at the right time of day. I think that was the puzzle anyway. I kind of lucked into the solution. But so, there are only a few instances of that, and if it's just wait for day or wait for night, that's not as bad. But this is wait for a very specific time of day, and I do not like that if I can't pass the time. Where even is the sun? Is the sun... I think it's still setting, and the moon is coming up soon. Or maybe it's rising. I feel like I was not here long enough. I was not away long enough for the moon to completely do its rounds. And I feel like that purple is the sun setting. Is that the whale? Oh my lord. That is huge. I've only seen it from the direct front or back. I haven't seen the whole thing from the side. Oh my god. That's so awesome. Where is the moon anyway? I think it's still trying to rise from somewhere. Well, the sun set right down there. So if this is Minecraft skybox style, the moon should rise beyond those mountains. But who knows? Anyway, I completely lost track of my thought. Because you have to wait for a very specific time of day, and there's no way to pass the time, I do not like this puzzle. It wouldn't be so bad if you could pass the time, but here we are. And the game's been good about that so far. It's just this one little thing. And I already know what's in here because I read the solution. I accidentally read, like, you know, you get blah 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 for going in here. And I was like, oh, I didn't want to read that yet. I want that part to be a surprise. But alas. Meaning, I think I'm just going to wait here for the sun to rise again. So, see you in a little bit. Oh, there we go. I was sitting here for about 7 minutes, and now we're just in. And it's just that easy. And what is our big smashing reward for sitting there and waiting? Pair of bottoms. They have somehow withstood the test of time, avoiding a century of sand blasting it into a smooth nothingness. This ritual item glow magnificently. And it's even got like typos in it. Oh, game. You're a silly, silly game, aren't you, game? Alright, well, I guess we don't need to stand on a loading screen for a little bit. I'm just going to get into a little nicer position to do my outro. Just not sitting in this walled off area. I want big sky and nice views, you know? Which will do nicely right about here. So, I mean, it was a productive episode. That was most of the achievements done. I think there's only 2 achievements left, and one of the achievements is just like completing the game. So my plan next episode is to visit Pyrausta, and we'll see what we can do about Pyrausta. I will be getting into Pyrausta no matter what, and I do actually want to figure that out on my own. And I have a couple ideas of what I can do once I'm up there. But the question is whether that will be its own whole episode, which I kind of want it to be, because, I mean, we've kind of been hyping up Pyrausta this whole time, but I feel like it's not going to be a very long quest. And there's also finishing up the game, and I don't know how long that ending sequence is going to take, and I also want that whole ending to be its own episode, because that'd be very cinematic, I guess. It'd be a nice fitting end. So we'll see what to do about that as we go along. So next time, I'll see you at Pyrausta.